podcast. This is the UFC MMA
podcast that we are starting off at the moment. It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Plus, as well, we are going to change the name eventually.
Yes.
Because at the minute, it was just a quick one to get us a name out there, not a. Well, we need to think of a name together.
Yes.
That's what we need to do.
We do. We need to put our brain power together and then work from there. But
Exactly. But no, so today we are covering UFC 10, UFC this weekend, what is Buckley v Covington, and I thought to make it interesting, to spice it up at the end, to do top three, like our own personal opinions of champ fights for 2025. What will be interesting, because there's a lot after this weekend, what's just happened, what I want to see now.
Yes. So there's a lot of very interesting fights coming up.
Yeah.
That we have a lot of potential in seeing.
I mean, especially Pantoja, but we'll get into that.
That's a very heavy topic that I'm looking forward to talking about.
Especially.
Tonight. Yeah.
But we're going to start, the way we're going to do it, we'll start with the prelims of 310, then we'll get onto the main card, and then after that, we'll just be talking about some of the fights on this weekend's event, because I'll be honest, it's not the greatest of cards.
Yeah.
But it's okay for a hardcore fan. This is another thing where I'm a hardcore fan.
I'm coming into it within this year. I think the first pay-per-view I've started watching since the first pay-per-view I've been watching since getting into MMA. Probably
it was 300.
I think it was 300. But since then I've really got into.
Because you watched last year with me, Vulcan is.
I was an on and off fan for a while. There was. I'd always watch the big events, of course, like, the McGregor cards and all stuff like that. Like Israel Adesanya, Volkanovski, all fights like that. I know a lot about before getting into it.
That was the first.
Yeah, that was the touch basis of me getting into into MMA and that whole world of combat sports.
Exactly, because that fight especially was a great one, and it's I always rant on about. Like fights, just come over and watch this fight. This is great, and then you watch it and you're like,
I agree. This is a brilliant fight.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're an average fan, it is a bit.
Yeah, boring. But with us doing our side, it's you get a more of appreciation.
Yeah. So both me and Curtis do mixed martial arts. We do train. So now we've kind of got an understanding of the grappling, the jiu-jitsu, wrestling. And now you can kind of appreciate it more.
Exactly, because you understand what it actually takes to have that talent in the level of sport of what it is. When you watch
before, like when I first started back in 2018, I was like, "This is boring.
Yeah,
don't want to watch this." And then now it's he's a beast.
Exactly.
Like Islam, Bilal, Marab, all those people. You're like, how do you do that? Because I can't keep you off the floor.
No, and I can't keep you down for so long because you're a big boy and I'm a small boy.
Exactly. Nearly small there, but so we'll get straight into the prelims if you want.
Yeah.
So the first fight we'll talk about is Brandon Battle v Randy Brown. Now, straight away, that was a controversial fight.
Yeah, the finish wasn't. It was the first controversial finish of the night, wasn't it?
So it was the first prelim.
Yes. So, I don't think I was there for that. I think I'd
missed it.
I think I missed that one because I was at work.
No, you were there for it.
I was there towards the end of the fight, though, wasn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was quite like a tricky fight to judge because, like, the thing is, Randy Brown, he was doing first round. He had really good takedowns. That's the thing, really good takedowns. He was controlling. And then every time it was on the feet, it was all right, like 50-50.
Yeah.
But the more eye-catching shots were from Brown.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Battle was more like sloppy when it comes to it.
Yeah.
But but I would say he was landing the more heavier shots, but eye-catching ones where you're like,
that's
that looked
like the heavy volume and
Then the second round, to be fair, I scored it as Brandon Battle. Good clinch work. It was very.
Was that with when he had him against the cage? It was working really well against the cage.
It was just on the cage. It was a bit of a boring round, but you could clearly see
who was the dominant.
Who won that round for that. And once again, then the third round, I just had 50-50 round.
Yeah.
Because it was like...
It could have gone either way. There was a lot of fights on the card like that, which we will get into.
We'll get into those ones, especially, the next one. But for obviously Brandon Battle won it.
Yeah.
Obviously, controversial win. You know, you could have given it either way. In the welterweight division now, Brandon Battle will be. He'll soon be in that top 15, and it's like a performance like that against Randy Brown, decent, but he's going to get smashed against the top 15. Like top 15 straight away. You've got Kevin Holland, really good.
Yeah.
MVP. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Carlos Pratas.
Ian Gary.
No,
Ian Gary's
top 6.
Yeah,
he is. I'll tell you now.
That's what I was just about to get up on here, get the rankings up, so we
also,
know where we are.
We do have a lot of notes written down, just the fact so we can remember stuff.
Yeah.
So if you see me keep looking over here, I do have my notes here.
And if you see me looking down, I'm looking through the rankings.
We are looking at the notes and rankings and that. Just so eventually we'll be more prepared.
Yeah, we'll be more prepared further on down the line. But like we said at the beginning, this is just the
we're kind of winging
first show.
Yeah. But that's what I mean though. Like Carlos Pratas, he's now entered top 15. I think it's Marlon Moraes. No, not Marlon Moraes. It's Moraes. No, Morales.
Yeah, Mitchell Morales. Mitchell Morales. He's number 12. He's undefeated and number 12 undefeated. And then you've also got, if you want to go back and have one fight, you've got Wonderboy. Wonderboy's on the same.
What rank is he?
Wonderboy is ranked 11 at the moment. So
he's fell hard.
He has.
But to be fair, he's getting of age now.
Yeah, he's getting of age where now he's the ideal person to be.
He is getting to
pushing people up in the rankings if we are willing to get these.
I feel like he's such a fan favourite, but he is now a gatekeeper.
Yeah, he is. He is the gatekeeper of one of the gatekeepers of the welterweight division at the moment.
Yeah, well, so awful. The thing is, he's also fought like Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's higher ranked than him, but Wonderboy's beat Jeff Neal.
Jeff Neal's number 10.
Oh, is he? So,
Jeff Neal's number 10.
So going back to the Brandon Battle climbing to the top 15, it's like you've got those.
Yeah, you have those.
Was that performance enough to go? Yeah, you can hang with the top 15.
Yeah,
because not being funny. If he fights Wonderboy, he's going to get absolutely outstriked. Same with MVP.
Yeah, MVP's.
He's too quick. As much as MVP,
and he's an awkward style of fighter as well.
He's so weird.
Long reached, and
long rangey, constantly like back and forward on the feet. It's like you kind of there, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly. You can't. He's so and he's so bouncy, he's so quick. The style is so unpredictable. It's so hard to follow.
And he's explosive as well. And the fact that because he's constantly bouncing, he will just explode with a big right.
And we all saw what he did in Bellator with the flying knee.
Broke Silver's face.
Yeah,
brutal.
What was it? Orbital.
He broke his skull.
Complete break and orbital.
He broke his he fully broke his skull.
Broke his face.
Like right there.
Cracked right in the top of the head.
If you ain't seen it, then
you could see it. Yeah. You guys probably would have seen it. It was very, very.
You could type up the image. Just type up MVP
broken face. And
broken face. The image will come straight away. It's like, oh, he's done that.
Yeah, it's scary.
But
scary fighter.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what he's going to do next. Because like I said, that welterweight division at the minute, especially the new crop is coming of fighters, like undefeated people. We saw the co-main event on 310, two definitely former champions in the future. You know, this division it's pretty much set for the next
the welterweight division is definitely a division to be keeping an eye on at the moment.
Oh, 100%.
With the main event the co-main event of this card. Yeah. That also has a lot of implications in this division.
Yes, that is true. But we'll move on to the next fight. Yeah. What straight away is a joke that it's not on the main card.
Oh, mate, absolute joke.
You already know.
Absolute
joke. We've got Mozart Evelev, however you want to say his second name, Aljamain Sterling. I mean, how
to this day that still does baffle me on how is he on the prelims?
You've got the bantamweight GOAT against. Well, you could argue he's the bantamweight GOAT.
Yeah, very popular.
I would say he is.
Very popular opinion.
Personal for me, I would say yes. And then you've got Mozart, who's undefeated, ranked number 5 at featherweight, and we'll lob him on the second fight of the night of the prelims.
No, it's
like what, like you have Nate Landwehr, Doohoo Chal. How is that? They're not ranked. Not anything.
And they're on the main card.
But you've got top 10 featherweights who realistically, like that fight could have been a number 1 contender match.
Yeah, because Aljamain Sterling is ranked number 9.
Yeah, and Mozart's ranked number 5.
Yeah.
So it was like, if
So
Aljamain could jump.
Yeah, it makes no sense for them to have such a high profile fight on that low of a card. Like,
it makes no sense. But going through the rounds, I put Aljo great back control for the first round.
Yeah.
Once again, this is another controversial decision. What I personally thought Aljo won, because I thought he had the first round. He did just control his back.
That's the story of the night. If the controversial finishes, the whole card was filled with them.
Exactly.
Whoever those judges were on that night were not watching the same UFC event that me and you were.
We were. No, exactly. And round 2, I put decent scrambles from both. Like I said, there weren't a lot of damage in this fight, but it was more of a wrestling match.
Yeah,
competitive
but you could
match.
that was expected from about like this. You have Aljamain Sterling, who's one of the greatest grapplers in UFC. I would say he's up there, and then you've got Russian.
Yeah.
Dagestani man. We know the Dagestani man like the brother smash. I will smash you, brother.
That's what I mean.
You know,
any Russian in the UFC.
This is the UFC cheat code.
It is.
It's UFC cheat code.
Be Russian straight away. You know wrestling.
Mate,
I mean, look at Islam at the minute.
Islam,
pound for pound of a fight, best fighter in the world.
He's amazing.
He is.
And Hamzat's not Dagestani. He's Swedish.
Something.
But he
confuses me.
I'm sure he trained somewhere near.
I don't know if he's from.
I'm
pretty sure he's from Russia somewhere.
Yes, but
then he
fights out of Sweden. Yeah,
pretty sure, not 100%.
Yeah, I believe you are right there.
Yeah, but then Aljo. I put for the third round, Aljo, good takedowns. He had 3 takedowns in that round. I'm pretty sure, and then Mozart finished well.
Yeah,
and that's another thing I've got. Aljamain, so it's a 5-minute round, right? Aljamain Sterling had 3 minutes of that round on him, ground control, had his back, everything like that, and then Mozart had the last 2 minutes. If you're scoring that, shouldn't Aljamain clearly won that round because he's had more control time?
You would think so.
And the thing is, you can't even go, oh, Mozart had more damage. There weren't no damage. That fight was just a really, really high level grappling match.
Yeah, that's the issue with a lot of the fights nowadays is they're getting to a point where all these, obviously the grapplers, they're coming in having strong grapples. Yeah, they're hard to score. They're so hard to score because
it's more MMA's now, more of a.
It used to be you'd watch MMA and there'd be more like exciting, explosive fight. Well, not exciting. Exciting is the wrong word, but explosive fights where it's a lot heavier on the striking and people going for more knockouts than you do nowadays.
Because especially now, it's more like back then. You were rather mainly a striker, a wrestler, a jiu-jitsuist, karate, all that, and now it's you're good at everything.
Yeah.
Like, wait, are we stopped? Are we still going?
They're still going, but we can edit it. We can edit it. We are live, but yeah. So I think this will be a good point now, Adam's. Now people know that Adam is here.
Yeah.
To have a kind, quick word for our sponsor, Kingship Clothing.
That is very true. Kingship Clothing.
And also a big shout out and thank you to PCR FM to letting us use our radio station. We're very thankful. So just to get those out the way, and definitely check out Kingship Clothing.
And with Kingship Clothing, there is a sponsor code. It is UFC 310. Go give that a check.
No, it's UFC 10. UFC 10 is the promo
UFC
code.
10?
Yeah, it's UFC 10.
Why is it UFC 10 though?
I think, Adam did check with us at the beginning if we were okay with that, and I didn't realise, but now remembering,
so it's not UFC 3.
No, it's UFC. Yeah, promo code UFC 10, and what is it they get on the promo code, Adam? 10% off all the clothing, as you can see, that is what we are modelling right now through the podcast.
Hoodies, sports t-shirts and regular t-shirts, baseball caps. I mean, and there's more stuff on the way. To be fair, so
very exciting things coming out of Kingship. So definitely a brand to keep an eye on, guys.
Yeah, definitely, because helping us,
and we help them.
Exactly. But back to the Aljamain Sterling fight.
Yeah.
After me smashing the table, I had the fight scored 2-1 to Aljamain.
Yeah. Okay. But which rounds were you scoring?
Round one for Aljamain. Yeah. Round 2 was, in my opinion, up in the air.
Yeah.
Because it was so difficult.
It was close.
It was, and round 3,
Imolov, isn't it?
It's Mozart Evloev.
Well, we're going to butcher pronunciations through every episode of this podcast, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we could be doing this for like 5 years.
We're still going to butcher. Well, it's like
anything.
Some of the names. Mutabek.
Mutabek.
That's not a name.
Mutabek is one of our favourite fighters.
His name is
an
amazing.
absolute tank.
Oh, tank.
Has the best fights.
Yeah.
But it's just a funny name.
Yeah.
Mutabek. Sounds like motorbike, but
Mutabek is brilliant. Brilliant fighter.
No, yeah. So the second round was up in the air, and for me, I had Aljamain winning the third round because of control time. And that's what I mean. He had more control time, so how have you then given it to Mozart, who had 2 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a 5-minute round, so you would have thought, well, he's had an extra minute of control time. Also, yeah, Mozart Evloev was the winner. We didn't actually say that at the start of covering that one. But yeah, so that's why we're saying it's a controversial fight, because a lot of people scored it for Aljamain. I haven't seen anything on social media scoring it for Mozart. It's kind of been...
That's like we've been saying for the whole show so far. It's
and there's one fight especially.
There's one really big one, and I could argue the co-main event was a bit of a harder decision to make, but I believe that was the right decision. But again, we'll get onto that a bit later on.
We'll get onto that one because there's a lot to talk about with
that fight. There's a lot of repercussions.
There is a lot of repercussions. The next one, this is going to be another botched name. I know who he is because of the Rock video, but we've got Vicente Luque, ranked number 14 at welterweight against Garumbo. We'll say Garumbo because not ranked. Originally, obviously, was supposed to be Nick Diaz returning.
Yes. Yeah.
Was very... I mean...
Well, we've seen the video, but we don't know if that video is from current days, but it is assumed to be.
We're not taking the bit because we all love Nick Diaz as a fighter, but if you haven't seen the video, he's setting grass on fire
in the middle of a street in America, and it's not looking the best for him.
No, if he does have like some mental health, we both hope that
we hope that he recovers and he's
gets the
okay. But from that video, it didn't look the best. It didn't look great because he's shirtless on the street setting grass on fire. Yeah.
And the fight got cancelled. Obviously, he was supposed to be fighting Luque. They got Garumbo. If that's his name, I do apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Tell us in the comments if we're wrong.
Yeah.
But so Garumbo had some hype behind him because of his whole story. What's quite inspirational, the fact of come from Africa, come over, was sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, I remember. I remember this. I was trying to remember the fight now, but that was
The Rock bought him a house to bring his family over.
Yes.
What amazing! And to be fair to him, he had his first fight in the UFC, pretty sure he bought a water pump for his village in Africa.
Yes,
so
he
to
did.
Be fair, like
he's a great person.
Yeah,
for doing stuff like that.
Great person, inspirational story, awesome. He's got hype around him. Then it just went downhill.
It didn't go the way he wanted it
went downhill from there.
Was it a
It was an anaconda choke.
Yeah, it was
52
nasty.
Seconds.
Yeah, that was a quick.
That was a quick
job.
Quick job. Yeah. For Vicente Luque,
he passed him out, didn't he?
He
choked him out completely.
Yeah, that was it. He did choke him out completely. Yeah. But for Vicente Luque, he's ranked number 40.
Win.
Oh, it was
great
good.
Win. Great showing. Great
showing. Great submission. Put himself back in the mix because Vicente, to be fair, hasn't looked great. I mean, he lost to Buckley last time out, ground and pound. He got brutalised by Jeff Neal a couple of fights ago, I think a year or two ago. He actually he got brain damage from that fight.
Really?
Yeah, he got brain damage from that fight because he didn't get... So, Vicente Luque's always had a granite chin.
Yeah.
Like, absolute granite chin. And Jeff Neal's got stupid power.
Yeah, Jeff Neal's power is crazy.
And, he took a lot of punishment.
Right.
It was one of those fights...
CTE City, then.
Yeah. It was one of those fights where, like... this is hard to watch because it's like,
I
call the
can
fight,
imagine.
ref. He's getting battered, and then
I've got a point there. Carry on. I've got a point for the
heavyweight fight.
No, the light heavyweight. Was it light heavyweights?
That's the next one we're going to be on about.
Yeah. There's some very sad things in that fight.
Well, to be fair, there's not much to talk about with Vicente Luque, and the fact that he's got himself back in the mix. Awesome,
and a very impressive showing. There's
apart from that,
there's not much else to say because it was such a quick finish. Yeah,
and I mean, there's not much to say on that one. And we'll go on to the final prelim until the main card. For 310 was light heavyweight bout. Anthony Smith, ranked number 13, against Dominic Reyes, ranked number 12. Now, this one...
That's another one of those, in my opinion, it's one of those fights, like you were saying, where you're watching it and you just want it to stop. Yes. Because even from the ring walk, you could see Anthony Smith was not in that fight at all.
And if people don't know, Anthony Smith's head coach did pass away. I think
it was the week before.
Week or 2
it
weeks
was
before.
Yeah, it was very close up to the event.
It was very, like, short to the event, and like you just said, the ring walk, Smith was crying.
Yeah, he was not in the fight. He was not mentally prepared.
And we wanted to give, we both said, massive thanks to Anthony Smith.
For actually putting the show on.
For putting the show on. He didn't have to do that for our entertainment. We got to watch it. It was actually a good fight.
It was.
The first round was very
good. The first round was really good, but then...
The second round, that's when it
turned, because you could tell he just didn't want to be... He did not want to be anywhere near that cage.
And, not going to lie, Anthony Smith... His careers in the UFC has been amazing.
Yeah.
You know, he's got 50 pro fights under his name.
Exactly. It's a lot of fights.
There's a lot of fights in general. You know, he's fought for the title against John Jones, lost. He's won some big ones. He's lost some big ones. He's kind of fought everyone.
Yeah, he's done it.
Anthony Smith is one of these people who, if he retires, what I think he will,
I think it's coming.
He made it very clear that he doesn't
know if
continue with his coach.
Which is fair enough. Like, we saw the same thing with Khabib. He stopped when his dad passed away, because his dad was his coach.
That's the thing. Like, with things like that, when you lose someone so important in like a coach figure, and stuff like that, it is hard to continue, because it's just like, what do I do now?
Exactly. Where do I carry on from this?
Yeah. The person who's always been there is now not there, and just feel. We're condolences out to Anthony Smith.
Yes, 100%.
But then also we want to thank Anthony Smith for putting on a decent fight while it started, because...
One of the most heartbreaking things I saw... Who was his opponent again? I can't remember. Dominic Reyes. I couldn't remember the name on the top of my head. But I saw in an interview where after the fight, Dominic Reyes said that when they were fighting, he dropped his hands and told him to punch him in the face so he could feel something. Yeah, which when somebody's in a mental space like that for a professional fight, you're not going to be getting...
That's when it should have just been like...
call it now. He's not in there.
As much as we're talking about Anthony Smith, and we do, like I said, condolences out to him, I think we also do need to talk about Dominic Reyes as well.
Yeah, 100%.
As much as it's one of those, you don't want to take the credit away from him.
Yeah.
But then the stipulations, it's kind of hard when Anthony Smith is going through
I think the outcome of the fight probably would have been the same way either way.
Yeah, I think I had Reyes before.
Yeah, I thought Reyes would have taken it, because Anthony, like you said, Anthony Smith has had such a long career. Like you said, he's at a point where he's at 50 plus fights. When you've been punched in the head that much, things start to...
He's lost his last 3 now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's clearly on the way out. But again, not taking any credit away from Dominic Reyes. Still an impressive win.
Because it's the thing, Reyes, he was undefeated, massive rise, got the title shot against John Jones, arguably won that fight against John Jones. It all comes down to that third round. We could do a separate video on this. It was that good of a fight. You could argue either way, but then he kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Lost to John, fair enough.
Yeah, well, John Jones is arguably one of the goats of the sport. Well, he is. Wow, we all know why I have my opinions with John Jones. Fight Tom Aspinall.
Yes, Aspinall. But then he fought Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Got knocked out.
Again, it's Jan Blachowicz. It's a very credible name.
Then he got knocked out by Yuri Prochazka.
Again.
Yeah.
None of these losses are saying like, oh, well, how come you've lost to this person? They're all great fighters.
Yeah. Then he lost to Ryan Spann, where that does take a bit of a. You've got world champion, contender who was ranked. Now he's not ranked because but he's got power. Regardless, Ryan Spann's got power. You might know him. He's the guy with the Superman logo on his chest.
Yeah. I think I've watched. I've definitely seen a few of his fights.
Yeah, but lost all his confidence because obviously you're going to lose. If you get knocked out in your last 3, and then you've also lost 4 in a row, so you've lost a decision, then knocked out in all 3. Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, 100%.
You are going to go from I arguably beat the greatest of all time. And now I've just been sparked out by every. But then he got a win against. I don't even know his name. It's like Jacoby. It's like Jacob, but then there's a Y at the end. Don't know. He's a lightweight. Beat him, knocked him out. Good. His confidence is back. And then, this fight here was a bit of a weird one.
It's an odd fight to talk, I believe. To talk on because of the situation of the fight, the history of it.
Because, like I said, I put my notes. I put Reyes. He had a great jab in the first round. He was jabbing, boxing well. Then round 2, ground strikes to finish by Reyes. But
which was we could see that coming from the ring walk, like we said at the beginning.
Smith did not want to be in that cage that night.
He'd rather be anywhere else but that cage, and it's an understandable reason, of course.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Reyes looked good, but also, it's one of those. It's a bit hard to talk about because you don't want to throw shade at Reyes because of the situation, and then you're also like, well, Anthony Sniff was
Anthony Sniff,
the new unlocked UFC fighter,
the ultimate. What was it called? The mythical fighters,
the alter egos. UFC 5 alter ego.
It's like bloodied up Nate Diaz. Drops a bit of blood. He's unnatural fighter unlocked.
Yeah. Anthony Smith. But that's So that's the prelims done.
Yeah.
Now going on to the main card, where this first fight I'm not really that intrigued by.
Yeah. So
got Nate Landwehr.
Pardon? Yeah. Pause a second. We're just going to take a quick break, guys. Need a piss. And we're back, guys.
And we're back. So that was actually quite a decent time to cut that.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about the prelims. If you haven't obviously listened, then we've covered the prelims of UFC 310. Now we're going on to the main card, so that was actually quite a decent time.
Yeah, I was saving it for that.
I just said to Adam, I know we're like, were you twitching your eye as a signal to me?
No. I wasn't. I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a bit of a sleepy boy.
What's it called? Provided.
Sleep deprived. That's the word. That's the word. I wish I was sleep provided.
But no. So the first fight is a featherweight fight. Nate Landwehr v. Doohoo Choi. Kind of disappointing fight for me because both of them they're not ranked at all. So you're not.
Yeah, I was trying to get back.
I'll let you know if they're ranked.
Yeah.
But so. These are fighters who you're not used to.
They're
new fighters for you. So Nate Landwehr normally has he's not the greatest, but he is. He always brings it. Really good fighter, absolutely brings it. Entertaining fights, entertaining knockouts. Same with Doohoo Choi, same thing. So I think what they did with putting this on the main card was both of these guys normally have really good fights. Put the two together,
you're
going to have a great fight.
And that's not how it went.
No, it was quite underwhelming.
Better decision for them to make was to put the Aljamain Sterling fight here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I will. But Doohoo Choi looked absolutely phenomenal in that fight. I mean, his striking was just
on point. On point.
It was
combinations above combinations.
Those uppercuts.
And the uppercuts are
legit
brutal.
Every single time he would end with an uppercut and land.
Yeah.
And first round I put Choi, very sharp punches. Round 2, Choi, great takedown, and then the way the fight finished, ground and pound by Choi in round 3. Stoppage, good win. You can't really get much better than that.
No.
That's the thing. I'll be honest, this fight, it weren't really. There's not really much to talk about because Choi just dominated.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. It was a masterclass from Choi.
It was a masterclass from Choi. Do I see him climbing the rankings? Not really.
No,
He's an older. I want to say older, 35.
That's
for a fighter.
For a fighter, that's pushing it. But if you think a lot of the fighters' primes, you're looking at around 30, 31.
Yeah,
well, to be fair.
But that's also in the lower weight classes.
Yeah, the lower weight classes. Yeah, exactly.
Featherweight. If he was 31 or 30, oh, great. He's got 2 to 3 years to become champ.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. But to be fair to him, it's not his fault because he had to do. Is it? Am I right in saying Korea? Is it Korea?
Yeah, Korea. It's mandatory military service, isn't it?
Yeah. That's so he was on the rise. To be fair, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Watch Doohoo Choi versus Cub Swanson. Got inducted into the Hall of Fame for one of the best fights of all time.
Right. Okay.
Slugfest.
Okay.
Absolutely slugfest. I mean, Cub Swanson is an absolute brawler. Then you put Doohoo Choi's striking in, like his sharp striking.
Yeah.
Mate, such a good fight. And by the end, you're like, what have I just
witnessed?
Yeah. You're like, this is
like a Pierre Roundtree kind of level off.
Pierre Roundtree fight where it was just so good. But we'll move on to the next one, what is also another featherweight fight. So we had Bryce Mitchell, ranked number 13.
The crazy man
against Cron Gracie, returning. Gracie got the name. I think that's why that was on the main card.
Yeah.
Also, Bryce Mitchell, he's a fan favourite.
Everybody knows Bryce Mitchell because of the outlandish stuff that comes out of his mouth.
He says some very controversial
things. Did you see the most recent thing? He's been trying to tell people that space isn't real.
What?
Yeah, there was a interview that he came out and he's saying that the Earth is flat and space isn't real. It's just lights in the sky to make us think there's a space there. And NASA is a satanic organisation. Is another one of his theories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell,
everybody.
He's also the one who brought the Bible in the cage and started screaming with it. What?
Yeah.
Don't get wrong, if you're religious, no issue. But
Fair enough.
I don't know why you're going to bring a book into a cage and.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting character.
But that's also why.
That's why we love him, though.
Yeah,
because he's so unique and so special. It's amazing.
And he's good.
And he is really, really good. Yeah.
The way the fight played out. So round 1, Mitchell dominated.
Yeah.
It was
a very one-sided fight, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know what Cron Gracie kept doing while trying to pull guard. Like he kept seatbelting him.
Yeah.
Like when he wrap his legs round, and then every time just Mitchell took him to the ground. So it was,
you're
setting yourself
that finish. Oh my god, that finish.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, what did he knock him out with? The slam or the elbow afterwards? Like, who knows?
Because that's what I put.
It's like NASA being satanic.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I put Mitchell dominated ground. Then round 2, I just put same again. Round 3. Yeah, I just put killed him.
Yeah, he did. He did murder him.
But that's the thing, though. I don't know what Cron Gracie was doing.
Yeah,
because he did it so many times that Mitchell legit just kept taking.
He knew what he was. He knew what he was coming, so it was quite an easy.
And then the third round, he was like, you know what?
I've had enough of you. I'm just going to slam you on your head.
And then legit just.
Yeah, I think it was a mixture between the forearm across the chin when he came down, and then finishing it off with that big elbow. Because you could just see him stiffen up straight away after Mitchell hit him with it.
The slam with their forearm.
I think that rocked him, and then that elbow was what actually finished him off and took him out.
Yeah, because I'm about to say you did see him slightly. He looked dazed.
He looked dazed when he came down, and then that elbow was definitely the finisher off, where he was just tensed up.
The finishing touch. Yeah,
he was done.
To be fair, now going on about Mitchell. So Mitchell's back because obviously last time out he went against Josh Emmett, and we all know how that went.
Yeah.
What was one of the worst knockouts.
Wasn't that when he had a fit afterwards?
Yeah.
So he got brutal knockout.
So Bryce Mitchell in his last fight fought Josh Emmett, and I think it's been a year since.
Josh Emmett's got that power, though, man.
That is true.
Josh Emmett has I'd say one of the most powerful punches in that division. Division, no doubt.
In that division, it is definitely between Topuria.
But Topuria is just a different class.
He's different gravy.
We aren't talking about.
No,
he's broke up Buckley. Have you seen that he wants to fight Oliveira?
We'll get into that another time because we can save that.
He can't do it. He can't.
We'll get into that another time. But so then You know, he's ranked number 13. To be fair, he's only lost to Taporia and Emmett.
Which is not a bad two people to have on your losses.
And you've lost to a person who fought for an...
Big, scary motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Big power puncher. That's all right, don't worry about swearing.
Yeah, we're past
that
point now. We can drop
yeah.
some.
So I'm even going to have a look myself.
We aren't past the watershed, though.
Yeah. No, so rank number 13, it's okay, but...
Yeah.
But I don't like... Featherweight now is a little bit of a questionable division because Brian Ortega, so yeah, he's ranked number 13. So you've got Giga Shikate 12, LaRon Murphy at 11, Kelvin Kate at 10,
yeah,
Aljamain 9. That wouldn't be a bad fight, actually. Aljamain Sterling v Bryce Mitchell. That's not a bad one.
Do you know who I would like to see v Bryce Mitchell? Just because I love them.
What?
Arnold Allen.
The absolute... His hidden... No.
the extra power.
His extra...
Oh, Lopez.
Yeah, but it's
Lopez would... Yeah, I think Lopez would...
But are they going to jump Bryce all the way from...
Yeah, to be fair, from
13
to
fight number
We've seen
3.
it before, though.
We have.
We've seen it before. Like, with the way the rankings are going at the moment, it's...
Yeah. We have
it's whoever they can.
Yeah. I mean, for example, he's beaten people like Edson Barboza, Danny Gay. That's really it. I mean, he does have some other good wins, but yeah, they're his current wins in the rankings. Potentially, I think the Arnold Allen one's probably the best shout. Brian Ortega,
yeah.
But
yeah.
This is the thing where I said featherweight gets a bit tricky. So Max Holloway has said he's leaving the division.
Yeah.
He's lost to Volk 3 times. Now he's just lost to Ilya.
Yeah, true.
There's not really much else Max can do.
So he'd be going up to lightweight then, yeah.
Yeah. Brian Ortega also said after the Diego Lopez fight that this is going to be his last fight at featherweight. So that's your number 6 guy and your number 2 guy leaving the division. So then that leaves Lopez, Mozart, Uri, Arnold, Emmett. There's not really much people. I would probably say Bryce Mitchell's best fight would be Yara Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Against maybe a rematch with Emmett. I'm not going to lie.
Could see that. We could. Because then if it's,
there's not really much else for that division. Because, like I said, we know Volk's rematch in Taporia.
Yeah.
Then we're probably going to get Lopez fighting the winner.
I would assume so. I would assume so.
I think Arnold Allen should be getting a number 1 contender fight soon. Like Arnold Allen v. Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You know, just throwing names out there.
We haven't had Arnold Allen and Lopez, have we?
No.
Could do Allen and Lopez for number 1.
I tell you what would be a really good main event for UFC London. Arnold Allen v. LaRon Murphy. Two English featherweights going for
True.
That would be
And
fun.
when is UFC London?
That's March 22nd. I want to say March 22nd. Yeah. But you ready to get on to the controversial one? So we've got the heavyweight division. This is a rematch, by the way. This was 3. The first fight was 5 rounds. Yeah. This was only 3. What helped one of the fighters. So we've got Cyril Gahn, ranked number 2, who did get the win against Alexander Volkov, who was ranked number 3.
Yeah.
And it was a split decision to Gahn. He did win. But, oh, God, where do we begin with this fight? It was good. It was a good fight, but I would 100% say it was robbery. 100% he got robbed. In my eyes, there was no way I saw that going to Gahn.
Oh, see, I don't know.
I can see why it was so close. And
with Gahn's, was it Gahn's control time that you're saying?
Yeah. It was Gahn had, and apart from all like the robbery and everything, Gahn's a kickboxer. We all know Cyril Gahn is one of the
he had the injury going in there as well, didn't he?
He
did. Wasn't it one of his? It was his
ACL.
Is something like that. Because his style was more bouncy and flowy, whereas because he had that injured leg, he couldn't
bounce
bounce around like he normally would.
You think about Cyril Garner, you think about how he's a kickboxer. He flows. For a man that size, he should not be able to move like that.
Like that, yeah.
And then in this fight, straight away in the first round, he's taken Volkov, taken a complete different route to what he was. But now it makes sense in the fact we found out he was injured.
He was going to the injury,
And like the first round, I've got a great round for both, but good takedowns for Garn and Volkov. You know, second round, I've got nice kicking from Volkov. To be fair, now looking at it, all my notes are just going to Volkov.
Yeah.
Volkov, great ground game, round 3.
Exactly. This is that's what I was meaning. Is his showing on that fight was absolutely amazing, but it was close. It was close. There was no way it was not a split decision. Well, I can understand it being a split decision, but a split decision towards Cyril Garn. Yeah. No, I don't. I personally do not agree. Now looking at all your notes are on
Volkov,
exactly.
Yeah, because that's the thing though. The only thing what I got with this fight was, if Volkov won, what's the point? He's already lost to Tom Aspinall, and this is before Tom Aspinall even won the title.
Yeah,
well, interim. He's not gonna. Let's be honest. John Jones ain't gonna fight Alexander Volkov. It's not a big.
No,
fight.
John Jones won't fight him. No, not at all.
It's not a big fight.
We're barely getting him fighting
in general.
In general,
it's not a fight I would want to see. John Jones.
The only fight I want to see John Jones in is the same fight as everybody else. The Tom Aspinall fight. That's the only thing I want to see him do.
Yeah, I don't want to fight. I don't want him to see. Stipe.
No,
that fight.
That fight was.
I get the whole reason.
I get the reason, but it still wasn't the person he should be fighting.
No, you should be fighting the interim champ, and we're getting in. See, look, we're already.
Yeah, this is the problem with the heavyweight division at the moment.
It's just that issue.
It's just that one issue,
and it's like, why?
But
it's one of those.
Is that like why is he not?
Oh, it makes no sense.
Scared. That's why.
John Jones, if you're listening, he's definitely not.
Definitely on PCRFM, he's listening.
He is
100%.
You're scared of Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, if you're listening, we're backing you.
We've got you, brother.
We've got you. So,
up the English.
yeah, the English.
But yeah, no, that's the thing with the heavyweight division at the moment. It's
you really do have John Jones as champ.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall was
champ.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall was champ.
Yeah. Tom Aspinall was real champ. Then you've got Cyril Volkov. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that is the division at the moment. Sergey Plakovic is on some kind of
derail
at the moment, especially with his fight against Volkov and kicking off at the end because he lost.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because if Plakovic won that, it would be like Volkov's no.
100%. It would be. I reckon the fight on 310 would have been Plakovic and Garn, not Garn and Volkov.
That's still a really interesting fight.
It is.
And Dana White even mentioned after, and the fact of, don't worry, we knew that was BS.
Yeah, he did. I saw that. There's a little clip of him talking to him outside of the octagon. Yeah.
So, justice.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, no. But that's the only issue because it's like
that's sounding a bit better now. Yeah, a lot better. Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, because that's the only thing. Like Plakovic, like he lost. He's on a derail. Curtis Blaze is ranked number 5, but it's also like like he's lost. The thing is with Blaze, he'll win some.
And he'll lose some, yeah.
But he'll lose the big one.
Yeah.
Like the big one he's supposed to win,
he will lose. He'll flop on, yeah.
Yeah. He has beaten Volkov though.
Has he?
Yeah, that's 2020.
Right, so a fair bit of time ago then.
Yeah,
before he had his big samurai back tattoo.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Even like that, your heavyweight division. There's no prospects. There's no people who are like, oh, sweet. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, but put fingers in my mouth, ain't I?
Yeah, true. Oh, who cares? But no, that's the thing. That there's no prospects, and every single time they put a prospect in there, just lose.
Yeah,
it's like there's a fight what's been announced. It was on the Peter Yan and Figueiredo card. Marcin Topuria against this new up and coming heavyweight. He was undefeated, got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah,
and this is against Marcin Topuria, who. He's like I think he's like 7 or 8 or 9 in the heavyweight division.
Shall we look?
Have a look.
Let's have a little look.
Have a look at it. I'll even whack mine up now. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, heavyweight, there is no new people. So it's
like you said, the prospects just keep getting...
There you go. He's ranked number 8.
Yeah.
And it's, Marcin Topori has already lost to Almeida, Blades. I don't think that's 4 Blades, but he's that's who Marcin Topori against Mick Parkin, who also is English represent.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, he's undefeated 10-0, but he's going against Marcin Topori. We'll see how that one goes. We're backing you, Mick, but
we'll
hope you win because we need a prospect.
Yeah.
We're desperate.
We have Tom Aspinall and MVP, and then Arnold Allen, and then it's a bit.
Leon Murphy.
Yeah, Leon Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget him. He's undefeated still.
True.
But at the end, with this fight, the featured bout, because you've got the featured bout.
Yeah.
Will Volkov got robbed?
Volkov got robbed. 100%. There's no. I honestly don't see any debate in the point of that Garn won. I don't see that side of the scorecards at all.
Not at all. But
see, I've changed your mind there.
You have changed my mind. To be fair. And I'll be honest, that's really it for robberies with big robberies.
With big robberies, yeah.
Your opinion on the co-main event?
Co-main event, it could have gone.
I don't think so.
Really? I think that last round 5 was a bit. It's a bit of a close one.
Co-main event was Ian Gary, ranked number 7,
versus the Boogeyman,
going against the Boogeyman Shavkat Rakhmonov, ranked number 3.
What
and this obviously, the first main event of this show was supposed to be
Bilal and Shavkat, yeah. Which I'm still interested. I'm really interested in seeing that fight after watching. I'm scared a bit because I do really like
Shavkat.
I really like Shavkat, but if we can see that Gary can
do that,
like I think Ian Gary on that fight showed the Boogeyman's human.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he's the only person to pull that side of Shavkat out. Like
Shavkat's won every single fight
by finish. He's the only person to drag it all the way there. Yeah,
and that's the thing. So Shavkat Rakhmonov won a decision, now making him. Well, he was already number 1 contender, but now
cementing himself as that number 1 spot.
Fair play to Ian Gary because he was supposed to be fighting this weekend.
Yeah, he was supposed to be going about fighting Buckley, wasn't he?
Yeah, with Keane Buckley. Well, you've swapped your training camp around. It's only a week difference, but you're trying to prepare for a small, stocky power.
Then you have
Shavkat,
which is just
everything.
And he's an unpredictable fighter as well because he's got the level of where he can outstrike you, he can choke you, he could do anything.
If he wants to take it to the ground,
he can take it to the ground. If he wants to do it against the cage, we'll do it against the cage. We've seen. I don't know who it was he was fighting, but when he submitted somebody out with a standing bulldog.
That's Jeff Neal.
Yeah, Jeff Neal. He
Jeff Neal
submitted Jeff Neal with a standing bulldog against the cage.
Yeah,
who does
was
that?
Just like
he just choked him, dropped him. Like
he did.
He's such a scary fighter.
But this is where I weren't a Bilal fan at first.
Yeah.
But now getting into it, I don't know why I've turned myself into a Bilal fan. And this he took our dreams. We stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning. To watch the London card. What weren't English time.
Which wasn't English time, which put us through the trenches like we do. We're used to it, but
we're used to it.
It would have been nice to not have to stay up until 7 o'clock in the morning to watch fights that are in England, but hey, that's what we get for living in England, I guess.
And he did beat our boy Leon.
Yeah. Broke my little heart, he did.
That did break
I can't get behind him because of it. Same with Topuria. They're 2 brilliant fighters, but they've hurt me so much. They are arseholes. Absolute arseholes. They just break my little heart.
Yeah, Ian Gary. If anything, this is one of these fights where you lost, but your stock,
mate. Yeah. It's like at the press conference afterwards when Ian Gary said, "I don't feel like I've lost."
Yeah,
and I can completely understand that. Like he made the Boogeyman seem human. Yeah. He drew him all the way to the end. It was a close fight.
It was a clear winner.
I would agree. It was a clear winner. It wasn't close. It wasn't. an obvious winner.
It weren't a split decision, but
Yeah.
it was clear
But
who
it
won.
was.
But
It was a very competitive
Shavkat
fight.
had to fight.
Yeah.
Like, he had to do everything
Yeah,
to
exactly,
win that fight.
exactly. I think it kind of like, as much as people don't like Ian Gary, as you always say to me, as much as people don't like Ian Gary, that fight really proved him as a fighter and how good he really, really is.
So imagine if he had like 6 weeks to fully prepare.
I reckon if he had full preparation for Shavkat,
different story.
I think it could have been a different story.
I honestly think now, like you said at the start, that Gary made Shavkat look
human. Yeah.
I think Bilal's going to kill him.
Really?
I think
that's going to be another fair fight. The thing with Bilal is his pressure and his stamina is unmatched. Unless maybe you could go to like saying like a Marab is close to the level of Bilal, but it's still Bilal is still an amazing fighter.
Oh, amazing fighter! Like his resume from when he started this streak. You know, he's got Damian Maia on there.
Yeah.
Former title challenger, Wonder Boy, former title challenger, Vicente Luque, who's contender. Then he fought Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
He's got other big wins on that. Sean Brady at the time was undefeated.
Yeah.
So he took his out. Then he's gone and beaten Leon Edwards, who was world champion. So that's right there, 6 wins when he was fighting them, he beat ranked opponents.
Yeah.
And you know,
he's just and with Bilal's showing against Leon, amazing. Like
as much as like we hated it, you can't knock it.
You can't knock what he did because it was really really impressive just to see him absolutely control somebody like Leon Edwards.
He absolutely mauled
him. Yeah,
and in a way, because that was a rematch. And we all thought that Leon was going to
go the same way as the first one because Leon.
The first one was an eye poke. No contest. But Leon was battering him until the thingy. But you know, Shavkat won. We're going to now see Bilal and Shavkat fight eventually, whenever.
I think I'm thinking mid 2025 we'll see something like that.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be very soon. I think we'll wait a few months to see.
I don't think we will.
I don't think it'll be as quick as the turnaround as we think it will.
I think we'll be seeing April, July, June.
Yeah, mid-year.
Mid-year.
Like that's my prediction on when that fight's going to happen.
So we know what's next for Shavkat. Who do you think Ian Gary's going to fight now? Because
that's a really really good question.
Because I've seen a lot of stuff, people saying that he should fight Leon Edwards for London. But I think that's 3 months.
Yeah, that's too quick of a turnaround. I wouldn't mind seeing him go against somebody like Usman.
Yes.
I think that would be a really good matchup.
Co-main event, 5 rounds.
Yeah, and then maybe do that one as another number 1 contender, but maybe then that's giving Gary too many.
And Usman. Usman's lost 3 in a row.
True, yeah. But Usman's one of those names where he's guaranteed to pull money.
Yeah, that is true.
Everybody knows Kamaru Usman.
Everyone knows Kamaru Usman.
Exactly.
He's in such a controversial one. I think he's the welterweight GOAT.
Ooh,
that's just me.
Okay, that's a very controversial one.
But we'll get onto that. We'll do
that'll be a different video.
We'll do a separate video where we talk about that in the fact of controversial.
Yeah, controversial choices of fighters.
But I think Ian Gary v. I was thinking about this earlier, and I've got 2. One's a bit controversial because you're like, why? But then I think it would be a fun matchup, and the other one makes sense. So my first one, Ian Gary v Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns on the derail, but he's still got that name.
Yeah. No, yeah, he does. He
still
does. Especially to casuals who don't really watch every single show. They still hear Gilbert Burns and they're playing him in UFC 2 and they're like, oh, yeah, I know Gilbert Burns. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Because the thing is with Gilbert Burns, he's always in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, if he's losing, he's still got a chance. You know, he's lost his last 3. I know he lost against Sean Brady last time. Then after that, it was Bilal.
Yeah.
No, it weren't. That's a lie, sorry. It was Jack Della Maddalena, then Bilal. So he's lost his last 3. I think even 4, but I can't put my finger on who the last person is.
Yeah.
But if you do that matchup, Ian Gary gets a good win over a decent person. If Gilbert Burns wins, then he gets jumped straight back into title contentions again. But then my other one was going to be Sean Brady against Ian Gary.
Yeah, okay.
Both prospects only lost once. You know, Sean Brady's very heavy wrestling base, but also showed in his last fight against Burns that he can strike. While Gary, we know Gary can strike, Gary can wrestle, Gary can do everything. So, you know,
yeah,
that's an interesting matchup. But we'll go on to the main event now, where main event, in my opinion, Alexander Pantoja. This is in the flyweight division.
Yeah, this is with a scorer, wasn't it?
Kai Asakura, who they got from Rising, to come over to the UFC because Pantoja's beat everyone.
Pantoja's one of these. Pantoja's at a level where it's who is he fighting next?
Yeah, because it's like this is the thing, right? So Pantoja beat him by what was it? It was a sub
submission. Yeah,
rear naked choke. Rear naked choke in the second round. First round entertaining, you know, a lot of striking.
Yeah,
and that, but then second round was just domination.
Exactly. Yeah,
Well,
and it was
got the finish.
well. Kai Sakura came in heavy on that first round with that flying knee and kept going for it and kept missing. He connected the first one,
what was cool,
which was really cool. And when he first came in on that fight, he came in so strong. I was like, oh, okay,
we've got a new
we might have a new contender, a new champ here. But Pantoja's just too technical. He's so technical. He's such a technical fighter where he could just 1 minute you're on top, and the next minute, boom, you're done.
Do you know what confuses me? So if you look at the pound for pound rankings, he weren't even in the top 10 prior to this event.
Yeah.
He is now that they've changed it around. I think
Pantoja,
he's number 9 still.
It's amazing.
If you think about pound for pound, is right. You've beat everyone. You defended your title. Clearly, you have to be a champion.
Yeah.
And he's now lapping the division. In my opinion, you could really argue Pantoja in top 3.
What, the pounds? Yeah, you could. Well, if he like you've just said, he's taken out majority of the division, maybe all of the division.
I think he's taken about. I think he's won. Well, let's have a look because I know who he's fought.
Yeah.
So
it's like who can he fight again? Like that's going to be.
He can't be fighting everyone.
Like you could give him Kai Kara France, I guess, but like. Is it Kai Kara France?
No, he hasn't beat Kai Kara France.
No,
that's the only person he has.
You could give it to him, but is he on that level yet? Do we need to see him in a couple more fights maybe to push him to there?
Well, he's definitely... So, I'll tell you who he's beaten. So, he's beaten Brandon Royval.
Kai Kara France, I mean. Did I say Kai Kara France?
Yeah. So, Brandon Royval, that's twice.
Yeah.
Brandon Moreno 3 times. That's five wins just with 2 opponents.
Yeah.
So, that's Brandon Royval's ranked number 1. Moreno ranked number 2. He hasn't fought Amir Albazi, who's 17-2, but Amir's just lost to Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
Kai Kara France, he hasn't fought yet. So there's 3 people on here in a row, the top 5, but so hasn't fought Amir, hasn't fought Kai Kara France. I think Kai Kara France will be the next title challenger. You got Tatsuya Tara, who lost to Brandon Royval. What's a bit... Okay. He's beat Alex Perez, Steve Ersic, Manel Kopp.
So, yeah, it's a very impressive resume.
Matt Schnell, Kai Sakura. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So, yeah, the only other option that we haven't seen is Kai Kara France then. But then there's the whole thing with Mighty Mouse. Which is a very interesting idea, but it's not seeming.
It's not going to happen.
It's not looking like we're going to get it.
In my opinion, that should be the next.
That should be his next fight because then he will cement himself as the flyweight goat. Then because Demetrius Johnson is the flyweight goat. Like some of the stuff that man's done is amazing.
Karate, just like not karate, but just like he's like the Karate Kid. He's done it all.
Yeah, he's done it all. Like we've all seen the video of that flying armbar. Like, oh my god!
The suplex
into a flying armbar, absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. Like especially me and you doing jiu-jitsu as well. Like you're training and you think you could do something. Like, the skill that takes is unbelievable. Like it is insane. The coordination, the timing is unbelievable.
Yeah, it does take a lot, but apart from that, Pantoja, realistically, he should be fighting. We all want the Demetrius Johnson fight.
That's the fight everybody wants to see, but it's not looking.
It's not going to happen. So I think we're going to get Kara France.
Yeah, I think that'll be the next choice. But then if Pantoja beats Kara France, where are we going with Pantoja? Is he going to move up maybe, or
Kai Sakura too?
Yeah, most likely. That seems the only way it's going to go. But yeah, Pantoja moving up would be interesting, but it just depends, because if he moves up, then he's in with Marab. Yeah, Marab. And
so apart from that, that is UFC 310 covered. Now, the next
segment, should we say? The closer segment of the show today.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the main event of this week's event. What is Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley? Not going to talk about the other fights, to be fair, but we're going to talk about Colby Covington v Joaquin Buckley. This Saturday. Yeah. We potentially, not going to say guaranteed.
Yeah, we might be doing a live stream for it. It just depends on how things go.
Yeah. If we can also stay up that
we can stay up that night. Yeah. Because I know I've got a busy weekend. So,
Colby Covington, he's ranked number 6, returning. Going against the rising Joaquin Buckley.
I was going to say, is it Colby's return back to the cage
since he lost to Leon?
What
was last year December? So a year later.
Yeah,
Colby's never really been that active, has he?
No, to be fair, he hasn't.
Like, he beat Robbie Lawler back in 2019, then finished a year fighting Kamaru Usman, lost. Year later, then saw him again against Usman.
Yeah.
And a year later after that, then fought Masvidal.
Yeah.
Then end of that year, for Leon.
Yeah.
And then a year
later, we're getting him against Buckley.
And he's going against Joaquin Buckley. What?
It's an interesting fight.
Yeah, because Buckley's just absolutely...
He's
knocked
kidding
the hell out of Wonderboy.
Yeah.
I think was hard to watch?
That
was on Piera and Roundtree card.
Yes, I remember watching that one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to the main event on that, I don't think. But
yeah.
I don't think I did.
No,
I think I got to the co-main.
Yeah, you got to the co-main.
Then I went home because it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I work in the morning, so it was quite a heavy one.
It was a heavy one, but I mean, it's an interesting matchup. But Colby Covington, like, he's lost. He's had 3 title shots.
Yeah,
lost all 3. Where do you go? You're not going to get a 4th unless if you like. I don't know. Like, he's not fighting someone in the top 5. So you're not going to get a title shot just for being popular. Like, that's clearly gone out the window.
Yeah, of course, not anymore.
That's gone out the window.
Not anymore. Back in the day, maybe, but with the way the industry's going now.
Buckley's really good. In my opinion, it could swing the other way. Like, if Buckley gets an impressive win, he'll probably be fighting a top 5 guy next.
Yeah.
You know, he's since moving down from middleweight, he's 5-0, beating Vicente Luque and Wonderboy, 2 back-to-back impressive wins.
Yeah.
Ranked wins as well. What's even better? Covington, it's so hard for Covington because it's like you've lost 3 times, right? You're not getting another shot, so what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
And like I was gonna say, unless if he goes in there and knocks out, let's say he fought Shavkat, unless if he absolutely sparked out Shavkat, that is the only way Colby Covington is getting
100%. He doesn't. I wouldn't say he's shown us anything that makes him, as anybody think that he deserves that spot.
No, exactly. So that's that fight. Who do you think's gonna win though?
I don't know. I think Buckley.
Yeah,
I'm leaning on the way of Buckley because he's the younger fighter. He's on the up and come, and as you said, he's had those impressive wins on the way up.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm going with Buckley.
I'm gonna go for Buckley as well.
How though? Just throw a little spice in there. How? Decision sub. I don't think so.
I'd say 3rd round TKO.
3rd round TKO.
3rd round TKO. I think.
I'm gonna go with 4th round knockout. No TKO, just
straight knockout.
Straight knockout.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3rd round TKO for Buckley.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Sounds good. Right.
Put some apart from that, I'd say that's everything.
That's everything covered for today, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Well, first podcast went really well. Hope you guys enjoyed on the radio as well.
Just before we do close up, again, another thank you to our sponsor,
Kingship
Clothing. Make sure you get onto that, guys. Remember, code UFC 10 for 10% off all your clothing goods, guys.
Not UFC 310.
Yeah, not your free 10.
Yeah, not your 310.
Just UFC 10, guys.
Yeah, screw that. Twice then.
Perfect. Well,
right.
nice one, guys.
In a
Hopefully we
bit.
see you again. Thank
In a
you.
bit.